Hello, good Manuel. Good morning.
Hello, teacher. Good morning. How are you?
How's your morning going? Did you work today?
No. Today is like a free day.
Oh, yesterday?
We worked yesterday. Yes, we worked yesterday, and now it's like a day off. It's supposed to be day off, but I have a lot of emails to answer not today.
Okay. Well, so I'm glad that you're here. But to be honest, I haven't seen you since what, like I don't know. I don't remember the last time I saw you. To be honest, so I was wondering what was the last thing we did. So, do you remember what was the last thing we did? Can you remind me?
Yes, we answered one exercise with I think is astronomy class, something like that. But I don't remember if the
Yeah, I remember it was part of it, but I don't remember
number 2.
the listening or the grammar.
Okay. You can open the
Yeah.
astronomy class one to remind in my.
We did this, right? Like the listening part.
Yes, we answered that.
This one we also read it, did we?
Yes.
Okay, so this one is done. What about this?
Yeah, it's something about we change for the past to the present to the past and past to the past perfect, something like that.
Yes, but we didn't do any activity related to this, right? We just started with it, or
And we only read all about that, and after we see a long list of changes, this kind of list, yes, this allowed, and you told that it's necessary to put in the mind.
Yes, there are so many, that's true. Okay, well, we're gonna start from here. And I'm gonna give you a quick review of the reported speech. So the reported speech, as it says in here, is to report what another person has said. And it will vary and it will depend on the tense that the other person said it. For example, if I say something in the present, for example, if I say, oh, I love chocolate, and you want to say what I said, you will have to change the verb tense because I said it in the present, but you will have to say it in the past because it's something that has been said. So you will have to say, for example, if I say I love chocolate, you will have to say, oh, she said she loved chocolate. Do you get me?
Mm-hmm.
And if I say something in the past, you will have to say it in the past perfect. For example, if I said, oh, I went to my mother's house, you will have to say, oh, Selena said she had gone to her grandmother's house or mother house or whatever. So everything will depend and will vary according to the tense that the first person said it. Here we have the examples. For example, if I say I live alone in present, you will have to say it in past tense. You say that you lived alone. I'm having a good time. If I say it in present continuous, you will have to say it in the past continuous. You say that we were having a good time. If I say it in past, as I told you before, you will have to say it in past perfect. I ate eggs for breakfast. You will have to say, oh, you said you had eaten eggs for breakfast. I was walking, past continuous, then you will have to report it in past perfect continuous. Present perfect, past perfect as in the past simple. Present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous as in the past continuous. Past perfect simple, past perfect, this one stays, will keep the same tense. What are some exceptions that we could make? When are things that are like facts, for example, let's keep reading here. It says say or tell. Oh, by the way, we were talking about this also. In reported speech, we usually use one of these two words. They have the same meaning, but different usages. With tell, we need an object after the verb, and this is almost always a person's name or a pronoun. Also, with both say and tell, we use the words that to begin the statement, but it is not necessary, so we can skip it. For example, I told her that she was very pretty. her is my object. The teacher told the class will be canceled the following week. So the class is my object. You didn't tell me you were coming today. So me is the object. So in order to use tell, I will need to use an object pronoun or the noun. For example, I told Melissa, or if I don't want to say Melissa, I will have to say her, an object pronoun. So I'm not gonna say I told she. It's incorrect, grammatically incorrect, and it is, well, it is not correct like that. So I have to use the object pronouns or the noun of what I'm talking about, or of the thing or person that is receiving the action. And with say, if I am using say, we don't need an object before the statement, although not necessary. We can explain what the sentence was say with the preposition to. If you wanna be specific about who are you saying this to, you will need to add the preposition to. For example, I say to her, or the teacher say to us, or you didn't say that to me. But it's not necessary, to be honest. You can just say, oh, I say she was pretty, and that's it. But if you want to be specific about who are you saying this to, you will have to add to. So you cannot say I said her. It's incorrect. You will need to add to before her. But well, let's talk about say and tell again. Tell is when you are like being very specific about something that you say to somebody else or to someone in a specific that was being said, but and said is more general. For example, if it was said to a public, or if it wasn't said just to someone in a specific, if it was said like to many people, for example, or if it was something that somebody said, I mean, not to someone in a specific, you are going to use it. And if you wanna, again, if you wanna be very specific about who you're saying this to, well, you will need to add to. Yes, we're clear?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Okay, now questions. When we report questions, we are not usually asking a question. Because of this, we need to change the inversion to the word order of the normal sentence. Remember when we saw about this, like well, let's keep going and maybe you will remember. It says, do you know Pam's phone number? You asked me if I knew Pam's phone number. Here, I have a normal question, a direct question. And this is an indirect question because I'm following the structure of an affirmative sentence, but it is actually a question. For example, again, the direct question will be, do you know Pam's phone number? I'm using the structure of the questions. But if I am reporting the question, I will have to make it an affirmative sentence. You asked me if I knew Pam's phone number. So it means that I'm not making it a question, but I'm saying what you said. Yes?
Okay.
Another example, where are you going? You asked me where I was going. So here is just an affirmative sentence, but reporting what another question was. In inversion, the auxiliary verb comes before the subject. To remove the inversion, we need to place the auxiliary verb after the subject. For example, where are you going? I need to make it, as I said before, as an affirmative sentence. You asked me where I was going. What time will classes start tomorrow? You asked me what time class would start tomorrow. If it was just an affirmative sentence. Remember, the auxiliary verbs do, does, and did are not necessary in normal sentence order. Where do you live? You asked me where I lived. What kind of food does he like? You asked me what kind of food he liked. So if you see, I'm using the question, well, the original question was in present, but the reported question, well, not question, but the reported sentence about that question will be in past tense. Same in here. Does for he, but the reported sentence will be with liked in past tense. With questions, we usually use the verb ask in reported speech. With ask, you have the choice to use an object or not. So up to you. For example, why can't we go to a restaurant tonight? This is the original question. You ask why we couldn't go to a restaurant tonight. You ask me why we couldn't go to a restaurant tonight. So I can say, you asked why we couldn't go to a restaurant tonight. And at the end, we couldn't is like, you are included, right? So it's implicit, the object in the sentence. But if you want to be more specific, you can say, you asked me why we couldn't go to a restaurant tonight.
Okay.
After ask, we need a question. For yes or no question, use if or whether. For example, the original question is, where should we eat lunch tonight? Sorry, today, not tonight. Where should we eat lunch today? You ask where we shall eat lunch today. What time do you want to meet? You ask me what time I wanted to meet. This is a yes. This is not a yes no question. This is a WH question.
Mhm.
These are yes no questions. For example, could you give me a hand? You ask if I could give you a hand, or you ask where I could give you a hand. Does he like pizza? You ask if like pizza. You ask whether he liked pizza. So it is with if or whether. Okay, give me a second, I'll be back.
Sure.
Okay, I'm back. So I was telling you, if it is a WH question, you will use the same WH question. The thing that will change is the structure of it. You won't use it in a question form. You will just use it as if it is just a sentence. And in the yes no questions, you will have to change the auxiliary verb for I or whether. Reported speech, place, and time expressions. For place expressions and time expressions, you have to be very careful. Well, be careful. Look at the following possible changes. For example, today in the reported speech will be that day, because since you're reporting it, for example, remember that if I say something in present, you will have to change it and modify it into the past tense. The same happens with this type of words. If I said something related about today, you will have to say about that day. Unless it is the same day. I mean, unless you're still in that today, in that same day. Now you're gonna say then or at that time. Yesterday it's gonna be the day before, or you gotta be specific about the day this person referred to. Days ago, reported speech, days before. Last week, the week before, or the previous week. Next year, the following year. Tomorrow, the next day, or the following day. Here, there. This, that, and this, those. So it is just like to find the equivalent in that reported, direct and reported, direct and reported. But at the end, this is like something common that we use. So it's not that difficult to change it. Probably it sounds that we have so much information or there are so many words, but when we are reporting what another person said, you automatically change it because you know that you're saying something that wasn't said in the present. I mean, you're saying something that even though it happened an hour ago or minutes ago, it is in the past. So you have to say it in the past. Tell me, till here, do you have any question? What do you think about this?
No, it's a question, no, but sometimes it's something that we need to remind.
Yeah.
At the beginning, to trying to remind, and the second one is will like automatically, I think.
Yeah, and I think that I'm talking too much, but But I mean, I know it is too much information, but I promise it's not that hard as it sounds, because I know that we're seeing so much. Probably, I would say that probably the most confusing part will be like changing the tenses. Some of them are very easy to change. For example, oh, present past, oh, past continue. I mean, past perfect. Present continuous, past continuous, yeah, but probably the perfect tenses are the ones that could be a little bit more complicated to change. But if you see, for example, the present perfect continuous it changes to past perfect continuous, and the past perfect simple keeps the same structure, well, the same tense. So it is not that hard. Will, would, be going to, were going to, because you have to just have to change into the past. So the verb to be that is in present, you need to change it into the past tense. Can, could and couldn't stays the same, must, had to. So I'm going to assign you a homework, which is not actually a homework that I'm gonna grade or something. It's just to study these structures, like to review these tenses, so you will be able to memorize it. Because at the end, that's the only way we can do it. I mean, we need to memorize this information. But even though it sounds like it is a lot of information, it isn't, because once we are using the language, the sentences start structure themselves automatically. But well, ready to practice, or do you need me to explain you something else again?
No, I think I'm ready.
Okay, let's go then. I'll share this exercise with you. Oh, it's been shared already. Did we start it? No, we didn't, right?
Yes, but I think not fully.
Probably
Only the first part. The first part, could you continue? Go to. I will see in the page.
Yeah, and we checked right the first part. I'm remembering now. But it was good that we had the review, because I don't know, like I think that it was needed. Okay, let's go to the second part here. Did we do this one?
What is the name of the? I forgot always. MLT. The number, the name of the website, MLT.
Again, what is your question?
Yeah, the question is, what is the name of the page of the
Smart, smrtenglish.com.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know something about
Eric?
Yeah.
No, he hasn't answered any message, so I don't know what's going on. Probably he's busy, because I think that if he wouldn't be interested in continuing, probably he will have said it, but I don't know. Do you?
Sorry?
Do you know something?
No. I don't know nothing. This is why I asked, but what is the exercise?
Is the 12-1. 12-1 report speech 1.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I have answered the first part.
We stop in the second one.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay. So here it says, you ask, are you having a good time? This is what you ask. So then you will have to report what the other person said. You asked me if I was having a good time, or you asked me whether I was having a good time, because remember, if or whether it's the same, just decide what to use. You ask if I was having a good time, or you ask whether I was having a good time. It is the same. You just need to make one. I mean, you don't need to make you don't need to make all the possible sentences. With one is enough. Let's do the letter A together. It says, Peter said, Earth has one moon. Okay, then I'm going to say Peter said, I'm going to start with Peter said because it's,
Yep.
I'm saying what he said. So, tell me.
You said there has Peter said the hair hat one
Earth,
moon.
I don't need to use that. Well, we could use the earth.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's the earth, what?
Hat
Had one moon.
one moon.
Easy as that. This one was very easy because it wasn't present, but basically that's what you have to do. I'm going to, if it is easier for you, while you're answering this, I'm going to show you on screen the chart of the conversion, of the inversion
Okay.
tenses in case that you need it.
Mhm.
So please go and answer that second part and let me know when you are ready. If you have a question, I'll be here, okay?
Yes.
Let's Okay, good. Let's check your answers then. Let me open the exercise. Oh, you know what? I'm going to allow you to share the screen so you can show me your exercises, okay?
Okay.
Now you can share it.
This
Okay.
my screen.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay.
Okay, so can
This,
you?
yes,
I'll
this,
read the direct one, and you will read the reported one. Okay.
okay.
Wendy said he is going to invest in the company.
Wendy said she was going to invest in the company.
Very good. Okay, letter C. You asked, did you see the comments last night?
I asked if you saw the comment last night.
Okay, very good. Susan asked, where did John go?
Susan asked where John had gone.
Excellent.
I
Letter
have a
E.
doubt.
My friend asked, when would you like to borrow my telescope? Oh, you didn't complete that one.
Yes, because I have a doubt there. It's my friend asked went, but it's would, and would is something that was changed, will to would, and I don't know would, how could you change or
No, keep it.
okay. And then it's when you
But you,
sorry.
because you're
When
asked that,
I
your friend asked you that. When?
like to borrow.
When I would like to borrow, when I would like.
Just something like that.
Huh? Like.
Continue with the same.
Yeah, because would like is would like is.
Okay. Okay. And this is what I have a doubt.
To borrow my telescope or his telescope?
My friend asked when I would you like
That's
borrow
what
my
the friend was saying. So he was going to lend me his telescope.
My friend asked when I would like to borrow my telescope. When you
Or his.
would like to borrow.
It's for example, I am your friend and I ask you, when would you like to borrow my telescope?
Okay. Yes.
Letter F, Joanne asked, have you been to that restaurant?
Joanne asked if I had been to that restaurant.
Very good. Sean asked, can you give me a hand?
Okay. Sean asked if I could give him a hand.
Excellent. Very good.
This one is another one. This was a little confused, but I changed.
That's
The
true.
teacher,
The teacher said, water is a liquid, but ice is a solid.
the teacher said water was a liquid, but ice was solid.
Excellent. It's good.
Okay.
Letter I, my girlfriend said, it was freezing yesterday.
My girlfriend said it had been freezing but day before.
Day before. Very good. The businessman said, the area is commercial.
The businessman said the area was commercial. This is the other complicated.
And the astronomer asked, which planet is the spaceship going to?
The astronomer asked which planet was, I was confused, but which planet was to the spaceship?
Going to. What? Because
Like
what you have to change in there is just the verb to be. Is or was.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. Okay. So as I said, it could be a little confusing because there is a lot of information, but it isn't that confusing once you start making them. Or how did you feel?
No, yes, at the end it's only some dots like you see, but the other one is when we are trying to identify change to what was not totally difficult because I didn't check the list only one or two times.
You did
Yeah.
great because the only one that you were having doubts, the one with wood, it keeps the same, so it's very good. Okay, let's go then to the last part, and it says change the reported speech sentences to direct. Now we're gonna change them from reported to direct. For example, this is a reported one. You asked me if I had seen the shooting star on Tuesday night. You ask, quotation. So we can do it like this, but it works more in written because of the quotations. We're able to see them. So, did you see the shooting star on Tuesday night? Okay, let's do letter A together. It says, Jesse told me that Peter was 19 years old. So I can say, Jesse told me, and then quotation. Or Jesse said, it's up to you what you want to say. Jesse told me. Or
Tell
no,
me,
Jesse said.
right?
Jesse said, and then
Or Jesse tell, or say, or tell.
see if it is tell, I need an object. It could be Jesse told me, and then start. Peter what?
The Peter is 19
He's
years old.
19 years old. So this I think is going to be a little bit more confusing than the previous exercise, but I hope that I'm pretty sure that if you got it, you won't have that much trouble answering it or inverting. So please work with it and let me know when you are ready, and we're gonna do the same thing as before, okay?
Okay. Right, teacher.
Okay, excellent. Can you share the screen, please? I'm gonna stop sharing so you can share.
At what time do you start with the classes, teacher? Before and after me, or not classes during the morning?
On Fridays, I just have one class and it's at 2. So I'm kind of free today, but as you said, there are some other things that I have to do besides giving classes. So I always take advantage of this day. What about you? Do you have classes?
Yes.
Do you teach today?
Yeah. Now today I was like free from the job activities. Yes, yes, but on the night, in the afternoon, then around five and a half.
Okay. And what about your French classes?
Schedule. They only have these hours. Hello, do you listen me? Because I think the internet is worse.
I didn't hear you. Yeah, I wasn't hearing you well. Better now? Manuel, do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Yes, sorry. As I thought is that for French class is for tomorrow 5 hours, but to be honest, it's not a good strategy to 5 hours continuously because after 2
5
hours,
hours. I thought that there were 3.
no, it was 5.
5 is a lot.
Yeah, it's too much, and to be honest, after 2 hours, it's very boring after. Or not if you don't have the concentration and the same.
Yeah, it's boring and tiring because
Yeah.
we can like it's exactly. And what are you gonna do? What are you planning to do?
Yes, I plan to finish this course because it's only 10 Saturdays. It's like the beginning or something like that.
Intensive,
And
very intensive.
yes, intensive. And after I will stop it, not continue with the same strategy, and I will change for something more. I don't know if
It
it's
fits your schedule.
Yes, for the schedule, or maybe to stop French classes has the beginning plan. That is one after January, starting with French, and to continue on the week, something like that, 2 hours on or 3 hours only, and not continuously, something like that,
Yeah, it's
because
better.
was not good.
Yes. It's exhausting because you're working from Monday to Friday. You're already tired for the weekend, and then having 5 hours of classes, it's kind of
Yes, and always all the morning we wake up at 5 a.m. and on Saturday continue working. Wake up at 6 a.m. to be
oh
ready for.
and what time are the classes? From 6 to 12? No,
It's 7.5 to 12.5.
oh, it's a lot.
Yes, it's too much, and it's at the end it's very in the very early. No,
Early.
yes, early. Yes, no, it's early when you wake up at the beginning of the morning.
Mhm. Yeah, it's too early. And do you have classmates or it's a course just for you?
No, yes, I have a classmate. It's around at the beginning we was like around 10. Currently we are only 5. I think some of them skip because was hard, more hard than we thinking at the beginning.
Yes, I'm sure of it. Yeah, okay. So whenever you feel free, share your screen so we can see your answers, please. Okay, so this time it was backwards. You have to change them from recorded to direct questions. So let's see. I'll read the recorded and you read the direct one, okay? Jesse
Yes.
told me that Peter was 19 years old.
Yes, he told me Peter is 19 years old.
Ah, yeah, we already did that one.
Yes.
The professor said that the planet was red.
The professor said the planet is red.
Very good. Okay. You asked me if I would like to go out for dinner.
You asked me, will you like to go out for dinner?
In this case, would keeps the same. Remember, would is the same in both reported or.
Here is not a question, yes or not question for
But
me?
would instead of will, would. Would you like to go out for dinner?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Very good.
And how can I know when is wool to wool? Because in the
Will. Okay.
will.
Will is to wool. That's true. But in this case, yeah, I got your point. That maybe the question was with wool, and that's what you are asking.
Yes.
Will. Sorry, maybe the question was with will, and that's why you're using wool in the
Yes.
reported. Because I think it depends on the context. In this case, when you are inviting someone, most of the time when you are
Yes,
offering
would.
something or inviting, you use would.
Yeah,
Will is
you're
more
right.
like for things that you are going to do. But
You're right.
letter D says, Jane told me she believed in aliens.
Jen told me she believes in alien.
She or I?
She?
Okay, in the
Okay, yes,
report, I'm
yes,
saying
yes,
she
yes,
because
yes,
that's
yes.
what she said, but
Yes,
I have to write what she.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, letter E. You asked me if you should pay a tip.
You asked me, should I pay a tip?
Very good. Mike told me that money was his priority.
Mike told me the money is my priority.
My priority. Very good.
Yeah.
Letter G. You said that you couldn't speak Chinese.
You said I can speak Chinese.
Very good. You asked me how far it was for me to. It was to the moon from Earth.
You asked me how far is it to the moon from Earth.
Very good. You told me, yes, it is correct. You told me that the solar system had 8 planets.
You told me the solar system has 8 planets.
Excellent. Good job, Manuel. Okay.
Of since when we have 8 planets?
I don't know.
Because in the I remember when I read the sentence, I have some idea, not idea, because I listened in the past, I don't know how many years ago, that changed it because we have 9 in my elementary.
I think, but it changed. Like I remember that they said that was it Pluto?
Sorry, so what?
What was the planet that was taken
Pluto,
off?
yes, Pluto.
Yeah, but then they say something that no, never mind. It is still a planet, but I don't remember if it is just my imagination or it actually happened. So
yeah,
I don't know. Wrong person to ask, to be honest. Okay. Now let's keep going, and it says in here, report the following conversation. This is a conversation. And it says, could I borrow $20? Wendy, what do you need money for? I forgot my money at home. It's a lot of, I mean, we need to report what every single person said. So it's going to be kind of long. So Manuel, tell me, do you want to do this at homework or do you want to continue with this last activity in the next class?
Could I borrow? I will see how long is it.
So there are like 3 conversations, 3 or 4, but the fact that you have to report what every single person is saying, that could be the long part. So you have to make it in a paragraph. So you have it as a conversation, but you will have to write it as a paragraph saying what every single person said.
Okay.
So you tell me, just for me to be aware, like if we're gonna check, if I have to check it as homework or if we're gonna do it in the next class.
Okay, we can skip that.
So we can
we can go to we can go to the homework.
Okay, so well, you tell me if you do it as homework, let me know, and if not, well, we can do it in class. So you I'll see you on Tuesday, right? Next Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next Tuesday, yes, for Thursday night week. Yes, sure.
Tuesday 7 to 8. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay, teacher.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.